Greetings everyone, it is Added Future Godfather, and today, me and 13 other people are going to be ranking an album from an artist who transformed from a trance artist to someone who knows how to push boundaries, creating such an immaculate handling on styles ranging from IDM and glitch to orchestral music to even a little bit of post-rock, resulting in one of the most emotionally thought-provoking electronic albums to have ever been conceived. Welcome to episode 16 of Robert's Recharged Megacollabs, where we're going to be ranking BT's fifth album from 2006, This Binary Universe. Alright, so for this episode, we're just going to be ranking all 7 tracks on this album with no bells or whistles to speak of, so on with the ranking. Kicking things off at number 7, we have All That Makes This Human Continues. Normally, I'd be a bit bummed about a track that is excellent on average taking the bottom spot, but to be honest, the quality that these tracks bring to the table is so stacked beyond all comprehension that there is nothing for me to complain about. This is just as immaculate as everything else here, as the pads permeating throughout do a great job leaving a strong impression. On top of that, the twinkly melodies really do hit the ears just right, and the IDM breakdowns contrasting with these guitars is also pretty damn great. All around a fantastic opener, even if it's a little underwhelming by this album's standards. Next at number 6, we have See You on the Other Side. In my opinion, picking a least favorite on this album kind of hurts, but if I were to pick one track that represented the worst it had to offer, it would probably be this one, but really, that's not saying much. It does take a while for this track to get going with these pleasant guitars and synths taking up more than half of this 14-minute piece, but once again, it definitely does kick into high gear with those well-executed IDM drum patterns, all for it to end with some nice pianos as well as a glockenspiel-esque melody to neatly tie the whole thing together. Not the best track on the album for me, but great stuff on its own. The first song tied for the number 4 spot is The Internal Locus. Just for the record, my entire top 3 tracks are absolute 10s in my eyes, and here's one of them. I love this track's sense of storytelling with some rain recordings to open it up, as well as some beautiful pianos and soaring orchestral backings that actually sound like they would feel at home in some family-friendly Dragon film or something. On top of that, the mixture of the downtempo production and the aforementioned IDM sound by the end is immaculate as hell, and cements BT's knack for creating epic-sounding tracks that really know how to up the ante in dramatic stakes. The second song tied for the number 4 spot is 1.618. Named after the golden ratio, this is arguably the most gentle moment on the entire album, but there are still a lot of things about it that absolutely mesmerize me in the world that this track creates. This is also my favorite track on here that uses acoustic guitars, as the melody backing it up never fails to stick to the brain and sounds like it has purpose to it. Not only is the IDM production this time the most intricate it has been so far, but the way said guitars get chopped up is incredible, and fits the whole tone of it in such a remarkable way. A track worth harping on about its amazing characteristics for sure. Next at number 3, we have Dynamic Symmetry, and oh my goodness. In my opinion, this is probably the best showcase of this album's fantastic world building, as the pads contrasting with some cooing noises at the start do a great job at encapsulating some sort of a forest environment. I also love how unique it sounds too, as its usage of 9/4 time as well as having 2 distinctive sides, one downtempo and the other jazz, truly allow this track to stick from the rest. Furthermore, it's another track with some amazing twinkly-like melodies, and the piano chord progressions that get chopped up in the second half are really something else too. A track that admittedly would work well as study music, but it's not a bad thing in any case. Fantastic stuff. Next at number 2, we have the Antikythera Mechanism. If you thought the Internal Locus had the most dramatic stakes on the album, then I suggest taking a gander at this. I don't know what else to say about it other than it checks the boxes on what this album is trying to do. It's pretty clear that Dynamics is this track's middle name, as I adore how it starts with some pianos and guitars contrasting with yet another delicate melody. It sounds almost kind of melancholic. Once again, the IDM production here is just as great as always, and the way it goes into these dramatic string sections still leaves me totally floored to this day. Absolutely something to behold. And finally, at number 1, we have the closing track, Good Morning Kaia. Yeah, kind of an obvious pick for the number 1 spot overall, but can you really blame us? It's not just my favorite BT track and one of my favorite tracks period, it's also the track that captures the whole spirit of this binary universe flawlessly. The previous 6 tracks you can argue are probably the best when it comes to one thing that makes this album special. To me, and a lot of other people though, this gets the gold because it's a track that has the ability to transcend the listener in a way that is indescribable. The pianos are, once again, stunning as sin, and the post-track elements going into it make this track not only stand out the most, but also allow BT himself to really go out in terms of emotionality. A stunning tribute to his daughter, and like with all good number 1s in this series, this 100% deserves it. Okay, now let's move on to the average rating, and it's a 9.4 out of 10. As per usual, everyone's thoughts on this album, including mine, will be in the description and or pinned comment. Thank you for watching episode 16 of Robert's Recharged Megacollabs. Be sure to be on the lookout for episode 17, where we're going to be ranking Porter Robinson's worlds. The form for that will be linked in the description and pinned comment for those interested in participating. The forum will be closing 2 weeks from today on July 4th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like, share if you want, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss videos like this one. You can also follow me on Blue Sky and Tumblr, or go listen to my original music on Bandcamp. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and have a fantastic day.